reach your community info. Or if you haven't, you can start doing it now that I'm free. Just we put a joke in there this week I found this I thought was really cute. Did y'all see it? Besides calling every Sunday Easter, does anyone else have ideas for improving church attendance? I thought that was cute, because we always like to joke that Christmas and Easter are 2 times when people that don't regularly come to church will often come in and check us out. Okay. Just last week, we were all gathered at the manger, celebrating the birth of baby Jesus. Now, many of us would have liked to stay there a little bit longer, where it's peaceful with the animals and Joseph and Mary and the shepherds. And yet, time moves on, and the story of Jesus continues to unfold. And the story of Jesus is a story of often unlikely characters. We meet old people, we meet a young virgin, carpenters, shepherds, and now come 3 magi who come from a different place, a different culture, and different religious practices. And it intersects with the story of the birth of Jesus. And suddenly these magi become messengers that spread the birth of a king to the powers that be. The magi come looking for a king, and this is important to what happens next. There can only be one king in an authoritarian hierarchy. This proclaimed king, furthermore, is born of lowly Jewish parents, and so no doubt Herod's fear is about the uprising of the occupied Jews. They say once you gain power, it's hard to stay at the top because there's many people clamoring to bring you down to topple your regime. When the Magi came to visit Jesus, he was barely a toddler. They say probably around 2 years of age, maybe 3. And yet here he was already in trouble with the Roman Empire. And once again, an angel of God appears to Joseph in a dream, warning him to take his family to Egypt, away from King Herod. Now the angel has issued a wake-up call for Joseph to flee. And suddenly they become refugees on the move to save their very lives. The message was clear. It is time to act. Get up is a word that Joseph needs to hear in order to protect his family. This time there is no questions from Joseph. He recognizes the call of God and he does what is necessary to protect his little family. And so they flee to Egypt and remain there until it's safe to return home. As we leave this year behind us, I hope that you will hear the message of do not be afraid. And perhaps you can also hear the tagline, to get up and to go. And maybe that getting up and going isn't leaving someplace physically and going to another place. But maybe your getting up and go is leaving those things which weigh you down and keep you from moving freely into the new year with a new life. Sometimes we have to let go of things in order to receive new things that God wants to bless us with. Sometimes we have to be wide awake to shake off any apathy we might have collected throughout the year.
Amen.
To awaken from our own slumber, to get up and to act. As we face a new year as a faith community, I hope that we have trained our ears to hear God's call in our world. That we have trained our ears to hear God's call in our lives. To hear God say to us, it's time to get up and go. You've been putzing around here long enough, wasted enough time. I need you to commit to the journey. And I need you to let go of those things that you don't need anymore. Those crutches that you once thought you had to have. Now you've been set free. I believe now more than ever we're called to embody the Advent messages of hope and of peace, of joy and of love. And to remind people that there is a full life for all of us if we are willing to embrace the journey. So how many people do New Year's resolutions? How many people, I've been doing goals. How many people do goals for the new year? Anybody do goals? Anybody let go of things from the old? Like, I'm not going to carry this into the new year with me? It's like a suitcase full of your junk. I've been getting rid of books and papers and things like that. It's been so liberating. Sometimes we need to get up and just go. Go in a different direction. Go for something that we didn't dream possible. Sometimes we need to unpack our suitcase and get rid of all that debris and that dust, those shattered dreams, those disappointments, so we can step into 2018 and say, okay, God, what's next? I'm ready. I'm ready to hear what you have to say, and I'm ready to go where you need me to go. I think this has been one of the toughest years. I know it has been for me. Anybody else claim 2017 has kind of been a tough year for many of us? And I'm saying 2018 is going to be a wonderful year. So I'm already claiming that, and that it's going to bring to us a lot of promises, a lot of blessings. God has already blessed us in so many ways. It's just surprising some days when you wake up and you see what God has done in your life. I pray that as whatever we do tonight, rather you stay at home and toast the night, or go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up in the morning and toast the morning. I pray that your New Year's Day will be filled with family and love and laughter and friends. And hear the message of the angels. Be not afraid. Do not be afraid. It's time to get up and go, church. God bless you and a Happy New Year.